I'ma cut up with that back end, just like a seatbelt. My life is fastened. Versace sneakers, Gucci with my waist wrapped in. Fuck it up, we got racks in. I'ma cut up with that back end, just like a seatbelt. My life is fastened. Versace sneakers, Gucci with my waist wrapped in. Yeah, watch out for them coppers and them niggas who watching your pockets. In the sky like single shoppers, gotta keep my even in my joggers. I been eating lobster, yeah, eat. She a freak, clean me like a neat freak. I can't share a thing, I done got greedy. Can't get shit for free. This shit wasn't easy. Right now I'm a living legend. Just as fast as you got in my life, you can hit the exit. Feel like they left me on red, but they ain't get the message. I had to start taking Xans, cause that shit wasn't healthy. I had put a purse down, put on Hennessy. R.I.P. the juice, word, I'm having lucid dreams. If I ever lost it all, would you hold it down? If you notice any flaws, would you call them out? And I ain't talking about no gym, but we can work it out. You was shy when I met you, I turned you out. Fuck it up, we got racks in. I'ma cut up with that back end, just like a seatbelt. My life is fastened. Versace sneakers, Gucci with my waist wrapped in. Fuck it up, we got racks in. I'ma cut up with that back end, just like a seatbelt. My life is fastened. Versace sneakers, Gucci with my waist wrapped in. That's crazy, let me hear that.
You are back on the bench with Bubba and Pink. That was Four Way. Airs on all streaming platforms. Four Way with Cut Up. And we are also on all podcast streaming platforms on the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem.
That's right.
Pink, what's going on?
Not much, man. Not much.
Not much at all, right?
Yeah, I shot poorly today.
Did you?
Reggie actually beat me.
Is that
That's
something
like,
that happens all the time?
No, that's something like Haley's Comet once every 75 years.
I just heard that on a show or something, right?
Like what? About
Haley's Comet?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was on the show today. Somebody's show. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
I'm not happy about
you have those. Sometimes you have those days, man.
I was mentally weak today. It's all me.
Well, listen, we're gonna talk about someone who hasn't had many of those days this season, and John Morant soon here. But we're also talking about a lot of other stuff today. We're gonna get to Drake and his hot sauce snafu. Get into some NFL playoff predictions.
I think that's more of a prank than a snafu.
No, it's not a prank, man.
He intended to do it. No.
He did. We're going to get into it.
Isn't
We're going to get into
snafu
it.
Something where it's like unintended?
It's unintended.
Yeah.
It's unintended. No, he definitely intended for that to happen. And also, we had a Kodak sighting at a hockey game, so we'll get into that as well.
Nobody had more fun at a hockey game than he did.
if that's what they're giving out at hockey games, sign me up, man.
Give me some season tickets.
Give me some season tickets, man. But let's start off with talking about John Morant, man.
Yeah.
He's been buzzing heavy the last week or so. And that tends to happen if you have a big game against the Lakers in LA. You go from whatever fringe all-star to is he top 5 all time?
Yeah. He's in the MVP race now.
Oh man, all of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
You got John Morant who comes into LA last week or a few days ago or whatever, has a pretty good game, but it's not even the game aside from two spectacular plays that he made. The block was crazy.
The block was insane.
To where his head is near the top of mid of the backboard.
It doesn't even. I mean, it looks like a superhero.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like a normal human.
Yeah. What's crazy is he turns the ball over, and then it's like, I don't know, in his head he's like pissed off that he turned the ball over. And then you have Avery Bradley going in for the layup, and I mean, Charles just comes and just like he says. It's like, he didn't even have to do all of that. But It's like, no matter what Avery was intending to do, Ja was not having it. I don't care what was going to happen on that play.
I'm going to go to my go-to here. We have to enjoy this because, he is in his peak.
Yeah.
Because, that's the thing, a lot of the other good guys in the league, they're getting a little older. They pick their spots to do their thing. in the middle of a random ass regular season game before the All-Star break, he turns it over and he has such internal vengeance that he executes that play.
Right.
And I mean, that's just a joy to watch. That's just beautiful.
Well, and here goes the thing, right? So now it's like, where is Ja? Where do we rank Ja? And we're not really appreciating it, but we want to play that game as well. But before that, it's the comparisons that's I think that they're off, right? Because John Morant is a solid point guard. He makes good decisions, and he's young, so I think that is going to get better. His IQ is only going to improve, and I think it's already solid. He's a solid defender. He's a solid playmaker, right?
Yeah.
He makes good decisions. So the number one comparison I hear is Westbrook, and that's out of whack. I understand the athleticism, but I think his athleticism is even beyond Westbrook. I never saw Westbrook make these type of plays.
Based on the last couple of these plays.
No, not even. Like in years past, Ja has these dunks, right, where sometimes they're not even like completed dunks, but where he's like dunking over 7-foot men, but he's missing the dunk. Like he has a highlight string of maybe 20 of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
his athleticism as far as jumping is insane. And I think he's faster than Westbrook and things of that nature as well.
I'd probably give the jumping. I'm not sure on the speed, the end-to-end speed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because Westbrook at his peak was just a runaway freight train.
He was, and he was explosive. I'm not taking that away from him.
Yeah. Probably not as much. Not as much of a high flyer, I guess, but
as Ja, but I mean, because he could fly, but that's not.
Yeah.
And also, I think Westbrook, because what helps his explosiveness back in his prime, he was stronger. He had a stronger base than Ja, and I think he was just a stronger, athlete. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
that makes a difference as well.
I was gonna say, it's so hard to just generically compare levels.
Yeah. Because we don't have them, those two going through drills.
Right.
A 2-hour span.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you would need to determine.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I just don't like that comparison because their games are different. I think into which Westbrook in his prime depended all on his athleticism. I think Ja brings it in flashes when he needs it, like the
Fair
block.
enough, yeah.
Like a dunk on a fast break or something like that.
He's got it, but he's not relying on it every
He's not
possession.
relying on it. And his jump shot is improving every year. I mean, he's a good jump shooter now, solid. That's only going to get better as well. So what is the best comparison that you can think of? Or is there one?
Nothing's really just jumping to mind for me. The combination. I mean, he has, for a point guard, a unique athleticism. So naturally, based on that, you're going to look to, the young Derrick Rose, the Westbrook, just because of that. He is skilled, but he's not skilled on a Kyrie level to me.
Right.
And that's, I don't know. I just don't think there's a complete match comparison.
It's one of those. He's one of those guys where he's going to be a breed. It's just a combination of guys.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and there goes Ja.
Which goes back to, something my dad told my son years ago is that if you sit there and say, oh, I want to play like this player who's a world class guy, you kind of set the cap at what you can be.
Mm-hmm.
But if you sit there and draw different attributes from different guys, then you create something unique, and I think that's the space that he's in.
Yeah.
He's got athleticism, he's got some guile, he's got evolving shooting, and again, when you talk about the ferocity of his competition, like responding to a turnover that way. That's LeBron does that sort of stuff, and Michael Jordan has that sort of snap back at people, and again, it's probably premature to say that because the goddamn guy hasn't won a playoff game.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So it's let's just let it happen, man.
And so now we have Memphis, and it's the middle of the season, so we have a good sample size, right? It's not that early. So Memphis is what, third or fourth?
Right now?
Third or fourth in the standings.
Okay.
Right. And so. Let's go here. He's an all-star this year, right?
Hands down.
Okay.
Hands down.
All right. So we both agree on that. He's an all-star. Now, can he sneak in the MVP race?
100%, because and we talked about this last week. The way these things evolve are so momentum driven.
Yeah.
And again, he goes out to LA, makes a few highlight plays in that game with a lot of eyes on him. Last night they beat the Warriors.
Yeah.
And he makes plays and they win that game. And who else has been in this discussion? Like LeBron and
KD.
And Steph.
And Steph.
He literally beats those guys within a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, we're in freaking January. Where are they at the end? Now, if they linger around, the 3 seed, maybe the 4, maybe the 2, if they threaten the 2 and continue to play great, and, Steph doesn't do anything absurd, KD and Brooklyn continue to kind of succeed but simultaneously disappoint, maybe Giannis, whatever. I mean, you're there. It might happen. But it's premature. The MVP, I guess the safest thing I have to say about MVP, we will not know the true MVP contenders until late March, early April.
Yeah. It's so early to tell because of even especially this year because of COVID, because of injuries. Yeah. It's just really early. Cold stretches. I mean, as great as Steph is, from year to year, he has these stretches where he just cold, man, for like a couple of weeks.
Right. And
you get that stretch towards the end of the season, and that's the most recent picture in those voters' minds.
I was going to say,
what I mean?
The recency of your performance is critical. Yeah. So, when you get to that tail end of the regular season,
that matters more than kind of.
If Steph has a great run of ball and the Warriors are the top seed in the West, he'll probably slide to the top of the thing. If Ja's playing great at that time, and maybe the Warriors are down to 2, and the Grizzlies are 3, but they're Ja's doing it every night, he's going to be in that mix. If Giannis or whatever catches, controls the East by that point, and maybe 3-4 game lead, number 1 seed, he'll probably get it.
Is Ja a top 5 point guard right now in the league?
In the league, yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Who are we talking about?
So you have Steph in there. I think a lot of people will still put Kyrie in there ahead of him.
I mean, to be honest, Kyrie's played 2 basketball games.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, I mean, is the ability there? Is the talent there? Yeah.
So you disqualifying him?
For that, yeah. I mean, based versus a guy who's played 30 games at a high level?
What about Chris Paul?
Chris Paul.
Best record in the league.
Is great. Hands down, but I mean, Ja's right there. The way he's performing, night in, night out. What is he?
Luka.
I've been a little disappointed with him. I don't think Dallas has anything fancy going on this year. I'm not. I mean, that doesn't mean he sucks, but he's not having to me a special year.
Yeah.
That you're like, hey, look at this.
Okay. It's tough for me to put him in that top 5 right now. But you got to see how the season unfolds, man. I can't put. If you're gonna disqualify Kyrie, then maybe he sneaks in at like number 5 or something. And I'm not the biggest Kyrie guy, even if he's playing every single game. Right. It's just that I understand where he's at in the game.
What he's doing, Kyrie's never done.
No.
He's carrying a team that's an all right team.
It's an okay team, yeah.
Because he's doing it night in and night. Kyrie in his entire fucking existence hasn't touched that.
No, he's the opposite. If he has an okay team, they're going to be worse. That Boston run and the Cleveland run, pre and post LeBron.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with just his attitude and his playing style.
Yeah, I mean, seriously though, we just talked about Steph. We talked about.
You gonna throw Dame out?
Yeah, I mean, if he's out for the freaking next 6-8 weeks, he hasn't played a lot. I mean, it's not like who is the most talented guy. It's like who's playing the best. And if you're not playing, guess what? You're not in the mix.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I mean, can you give the MVP to a guy that's played as little as Dame Lillard is? And the word is he may not play again this season.
No, of course not.
Can we give the MVP?
But that doesn't tie into the mythical top 5 point guard, top 5 players in the league. That isn't tied into that. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, for me it is.
So you said it should be.
I mean, if you're talking about dudes that aren't playing, Like, you know, I mean, what's the point of that?
But we know they you know, they're not dead. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just give a person a spot up because they're injured or, you know what I mean? Like, we know who Damian Lillard is. I mean, he didn't have a fucking triple bypass surgery. Like, he's going to be eventually should be okay.
Has he led his team to the 3 seed ever?
No, but he's
okay. Sit down.
I think he may have a playoff victory or two.
He might, yeah.
He might.
He shot a ball. He hit a 30-foot shot over Paul George.
Okay, oh yeah, over Paul George.
He gave Paul George a facial. Probably got that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not. Yeah, no. That Jobby's guy, he's doing it, man.
Yeah.
This is the other thing that we talk about. Like, are we gonna enjoy something that's happening or worry about something that happened in the past?
We always worry about something that happened in the past.
I'm
I'm
moving on from that.
And we want to compare, and then that ends up knocking the person who's having a great year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just happens, man.
Yeah.
It just happens. All right, now what about and not just Ja speaking in general, but all NBA first team is getting some chatter now. In my opinion, I think the All-NBA first team kind of is more important than the MVP. First of all, more guys are involved, and also it really is predicated upon their contracts and Supermax or not. You know, if you make an All-NBA team, remember Klay Thompson 1 year, he felt like he got screwed out of a Supermax deal because he wasn't an All-NBA member. So
yeah,
you know, so right now. What I don't like about it is they have the projections have Jokic over Embiid as all NBA first team, and I don't like that. You know, Jokic is
his coach just came out and said he's getting disrespected as a reigning MVP.
He should be. I'm not the biggest. Like I understand Jokic. Okay, he's a center. He could pass the ball from the center position. You know, but the reason why Denver is never like any good in the playoffs is because as a center, you need somebody to hold down your paint, man. And he's just not that on defense. And they have nobody. They have Aaron Gordon next to him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's not a defensive anchor.
He's not a defensive anchor.
He's really a one-way, one end of the floor.
He's a one-way guy.
Yeah.
And on that one way, if his guys have an off night, Jokic is not a person that's going to go out there and get you 30, 35 when you really need it. He's like a 25. Some nights he'll score 40. I mean, he's a great NBA player. Yeah. But what I'm saying is his skill set is not that of like a elite offensive scoring the ball center. He's a one-way because he can facilitate the basketball from the mid-post. That's why he's a terrific one-way player. Right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so if his guys are not hitting, which we do see in the playoffs, you know, last year they gave Aaron Gordon a contract because in the regular season he was awesome. Got to the playoffs, Aaron Gordon couldn't hit shit. MPJ in that second round couldn't hit shit, and now he's hurt.
Yeah, again.
And this time it's the back, you know, so from his rookie season. So who knows? And they just gave him a max contract from the rookie deal. They extended him to the max.
They're going to regret that.
Yikes! You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, how is he so highly regarded over Embiid?
Is he highly regarded over Embiid?
Everybody has Jokic over Embiid. I see that as highly. If you just have it over him, I see that as that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I don't think it's justified. I think the two are very close. I think
think they're close.
I think what Embiid does defensively makes him a more balanced player, and he's probably a better go-to option in terms of just purely getting a bucket. He doesn't orchestrate offense as much and get others involved as much as Jokic. I don't see a tremendous disparity between the two guys.
I do. So we disagree on that
We
front.
disagree on that. but neither one of those fuckers is in my first team.
Who was in your first team at center?
I don't.
It has to go by position. It has to.
Oh, fuck.
That's what they
that.
do.
I'm like Coach,
That's what they
I'm like
do,
Coach
man.
Dale and Hoosiers. My team's on the floor. Whoever I want, they're on the floor.
That's what they do, man.
That's pointless then. That's pointless.
And my point is, Steph is going to get all NBA first team over Ja.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
what I wanted to do, if the rules didn't matter, was going to be Steph, Ja, LeBron, Giannis, KD.
If it didn't matter.
If we didn't need to
yeah,
screw around
if
with all
you,
the
if you didn't
nonsense.
have to screw around.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Those are the 5 best.
Unfortunately,
guys
you have to
in
screw around. So DeMar DeRozan is going to make it first team.
No, he's not.
He's in the MVP race. They're number 1 in the East.
Not my MVP.
They're number 1 in the East, and he's the best player on that team. You know what I mean? And he's going to make it in the shooting guard slot because you need a shooting guard. And then small forward, it'll probably be KD. So I don't even think LeBron is going to make it because Giannis be power forward, like you say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. When was the last time LeBron didn't make All NBA first team?
I don't have anything to say to that. What? Probably the year when his first year in LA, right?
When he was hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah. True that.
When he's semi-retired.
Well, shout out to Ja, man. We'll see where he goes and where his team goes. I see a first round exit, but they're a young team. You know what I mean?
So, well, I mean, if they stay in the top side of this and get home court, it kind of depends.
I
on
don't think
who
that
they
matters
play.
as much.
It depends on who they play. Like, what are the possible options?
Well, right now in the fifth seed,
you could have a Clippers team without Paul George or Kawhi.
Right now, if the playoffs started today, it would be Dallas, and then Denver is right behind Dallas. So
yeah, these are
more than likely Dallas, Denver.
Yeah, I mean, is that a hands down
No.
walk away?
No, it's not.
No,
No,
I mean, they
it's not.
could win a series.
Yeah. I still doubt it. All right. Let's take a quick break in here, and then we get duly on. Listen, this is On the Bench with Bubba and Pink. We're on all podcast streaming platforms. Make sure you find us on YouTube and, like, share, subscribe. Also, keep in mind that we are sponsored by Overkink.com.
That's right.
All righty. The gift of giving keeps on giving. If you go to the site and use promo code Bubba Pink, Overkink.com has all of your bedroom needs. I don't care from condoms to whips and chains to the popular toy now, the Rose. It has all of that. And when you go on there, you use promo code Bubba Pink, you get it for damn near free.
Did you actually look up whips and chains?
I did not, man. I bought what I'm on a spree on the site. I've purchased about 3 or 4 things.
Really?
Yeah.
What have you gotten?
I've gotten the very first thing was the big
the wand, right?
The wand.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about the wand. That was the first thing.
Okay.
And then I got the rose.
Okay.
I got the rose. And then it was something else like because they have like lingerie and like boxers and stuff like that, man. So it's like I say, everything that you could think of.
Boxers or lingerie?
Some silk boxers, man.
Really?
Those things feel good, man.
Did I tell you about the time when I sharted in some silk boxers?
What is sharded?
When you try to fart and some shit comes out.
You shat yourself, man. You shitting on yourself.
I did.
I don't know if people like go around telling people that.
Well, I do. I was at Chuck E. Cheese with the kids.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, and I had silk boxers on. And so as you're leaving Chuck E. Cheese, they got like a stamp on your hand that corresponds to your kids so you don't abscond with anybody else's kids.
Right.
And there's like a little bit of a log jam there, so it's a little slow to get out. And so I'm trying to get out with the kids, and it's backed up. And I try to let one go. And immediately I knew I was in trouble. Oh, no. So I was like, kids, stay here. And so I go back to the bathroom, and I go there, and I pull my pants down, and I'd shit the silk boxers.
Oh, yikes. That's terrible.
It was.
That's terrible, man.
So then it gets better. I take them off, and I hang them on the toilet.
You have to throw them away, man.
No, I hung them on the toilet, and I left commando. Because I was thinking to myself, it's like, this would be fantastic.
If somebody walks in.
Some kid or whatever's going to sit there, and they're going to be some shit-covered boxes. And they got to sit there and go, what the hell happened?
We have to stop you from going to establishments, man. That's what we got to do.
Oh.
It goes on and on by Tom G. We'll be right back on the bench with Bubba and Pink.
Smoking rap. Check it out. Yeah.
Man, I'm just high off of life. High off the haters on my way to the top. You ain't on my elevator, homie. We are not alike. I'm a hustler. If you ain't 100 with me, nigga, fuck you. Feeling like smoking. The weed help a nigga see the evil lurks. Put my city on the map, I got to be the first. I paint my life on the track. You can see the hurts, the joys, the happiness. So nigga miss me with that capping shit. Talking like you really living it. I got niggas that need canteen and visitors. Nick probably mad I ain't wrote him. I'ma send his $100. Hope it's good enough to hold him. Rest in peace, Lil B. 2-4 stand up. Bitch, I'm the city. Bitch, I do this shit for Tampa. Take it out of town, show them how we getting down. So I stay on the road. That pressure got me blowed. I be vibing with the hoes. I don't fuck with nothing throw. Get a bite to the moat. Now she off in beast mode. I get up in the booth and talk about the real. All the bullshit I've been through all these years. To fail at this rap shit, one of my biggest fears. But to reach the big screen, man, that feeling give me chills. Damn, I got tattooed tears of joy. So I do it for my daughter and my 2 little boys. They say the meek shall inherit the earth. And I'ma inherit another fan probably after this verse. I let the beat take control of me. Peek the roll of weed, the niggas say harder than Tom. But what that po to me? The Steve cut got me looking new. Swag got the flu when it's brand new a coupe. Itty bitty Plant City, what it do? I got family that way, so I'm from there too. I'm running with the animals, Lowry Park Zoo. All my hoes rock Louis Vuittons and Jimmy Choos. Yeah, in exchange they give me chews like a horse eat the grass, make a nigga bust fast. The turtle starts slow, but the rabbit coming last. So watch me be the nigga with the cars and the cash. And now I ain't friendly with niggas. I pass. He ain't all about the pressure, he ain't all about the glass. It's about family and elevating out the hood. Invest in something and get up off the block for good. Shit real in the streets, homie, listen. The right charger had your ass missing. Going from your jits, missing birthdays and Christmas. Come home on parole, cracker still got you pissing. All cause you wanna ride high and your ice to glisten. But nigga, you can't raise your jits from a prison. G, shit. Real shit, man. I just give to him real, man. You know what I say? You think I like to see my niggas catching 30 years? You think I like to see my niggas catching life out here, nigga? You niggas better wake up and smell the coffee, man.
You are back on the bench with Bubba and Pink. That was Tom G with On and On.
That's a little inspirational. I like that.
Yeah, man. That's what Tom G is all about, man.
Inspiration and persistence.
Right from Tampa, Florida.
Home of Mons Venus.
And hoping them.
And home with Tampa Bay.
And home of the Buccaneers.
Yeah. My bad.
Shout out to Mars and Venus.
Yeah. Shout out to Mons Venus.
I can't believe
That's the first strip club I ever went to as a freshman in college. Man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I've been in there a time or two.
Changed my perspective on the world.
Yeah.
Chicks should be naked more than they're clothed. And the other thing that's big there is the chicks should rub up on you before they ask you if you want to dance. A lot of these, more formal places, they'll wander over there wearing all their clothes, and then they'll just be like, do you want to dance?
Oh, yeah.
It's
yeah,
like, no.
Yeah.
Start rubbing on my junk, and then I'll have a much different perspective.
like Orlando, it's like
It's like
Sports
the JV
Illustrated,
to the
like-
varsity, man.
I hate Orlando strip clubs.
Yeah.
It's like looking at Sports
Everyone
Illustrated
should
magazine.
train in Tampa first. I think that's,
Train.
Yeah. Train in Tampa, then disperse out to Orlando areas.
That's great, man.
You know what I mean? The Central Florida areas.
So you have like feeder clubs.
Yeah.
Rachel's needs to develop an affiliation with the Pink Pony over there or something like that.
But listen, we have Dooley on, man. Dooley, a comedian here. You have a couple videos, man, that have went viral in the past couple months, man. What type of videos are getting the most run from you that you've been putting out on TikTok in these social media spaces?
Videos. My videos are they're truth, but at the same time funny. So you gotta. I'm kind of venting. That's my way of venting.
That's your way of venting.
Okay.
Yeah,
And they're like skits, right?
yeah, it's about the my kids' mothers.
Okay.
What I had to go
Your
through.
baby moms.
I noticed
Yeah.
it was plural.
Yeah.
How many we got?
They probably watching. Yeah.
I didn't say name names. I just want to know how many we got.
They want to know how many I got.
The more kids you have, you don't have to pay child support no more, though, right? Is that true?
No, that's not true.
When you get to 10 kids, I heard you don't have to pay child support.
The judge
What?
tells you,
That's
what
not
the judge say? Sir, you don't make enough money. You get a second job so we can take some more.
Bubba, where did you hear that rule?
I think I saw it on a movie at one of those Fridays or something.
Okay, fictional man.
I thought that was a rule, man.
All right.
So-
So you get fed up with these baby mamas, and you instead of getting into it further with them, you go to TikTok.
Oh, this is
make
like
videos.
all this stuff is from like the past and some current. I kind of like reenact.
Okay.
You know, I try to talk about a conversation nobody wants to have. That conversation of how mothers act towards their baby fathers. Nobody wants to have that conversation. So I kind of do a skit with it, and I get a lot of guys venting in the comments. They're like, "Oh man, I go through the same thing all the time. Oh man, ain't that the truth?" And so I get a lot of that. So that's the kind of reaction I want. I want to kind of educate you at the same time, bring the funny with it.
I hear you. So where can somebody find you with these videos on TikTok?
Comedian Dooley Denmark. I
Okay.
think that's my name. I don't know.
Well, on the you know, when we remix it out and put the clip out, man, you know, we're gonna have it on there. So if you don't know what the name is, we'll find out when we
So the
when you do the edit.
So like, have you posted one of these videos and then the baby mamas are calling you saying
I have one.
it's a little too close to home there, homeboy?
Yeah, she called it. So what are you trying to say?
Thought
He
the
always
video
feel.
spoke for itself. If you didn't get it, you must be dumb.
Exactly. I'm speaking, talking about you.
What's the main issue that most guys you think have with their baby mamas? Like,
The mother keeping the kids away from the father, you know, out of spite. You know, the relationship didn't work, so I'm gonna use the kids as a weapon now. Because no matter what I say, you don't care. You moved on, so basically, the only weapon I have is the child.
but you know, so many guys complain about that. I have friends who complain about that. Is the system really that screwed up and skewed towards the women? Like, is it really that messed up, or is it
Yeah.
something guys can do?
You can go file for, you know, certain custody, shared custody. I've done that, and they've given it to me, but the mother still wouldn't cooperate, so I continue to bring her back to court for her to continue to do the same thing, and the courts just say, basically, stop doing it and just start letting them. So I'm spending thousands and thousands of dollars every time I go to court for them to do nothing. So I just got tired of it and said, fuck it, I just make some new kids. I can see that. So it's like,
Well, I mean, the reality is the courts are not an effective way to manage parenthood.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be reactionary. Like a problem arises, the woman does something stupid or petty, and now you got to march off to court. You're not going to get in the same day that it happened.
Yeah.
So it's already kind of like, you know, changed, cooled off, whatever. And then the court, you know, what do they do at that point? She comes up with some BS excuse
Yeah.
to explain her behavior. And again, it's a slap on the wrist, this or that. And it's financially draining to be involved.
it is. The courts, they see this type of behavior every day. The women come in there thinking they're the first woman to ever come in there and tell a lie. The courts see this stuff all day, every day. So, you know, that's one of the main reasons you keeping the child away and putting the child on child support for you know, out of spite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get that, too.
out of spite. Is that so? Is there any way to fight child support? Like, if okay, so if y'all not together, right? And you whatever, and she gets mad that you with another girl, so she gonna go file child support. Is there any way for the guy to get out of that?
Yeah, you file for shared custody. Once you come shared custody, you go for 50-50. Once the 50-50 is the child would be 50%, with you 50%. What the hell do I owe you? You might have to cover it for insurance, but that's about it. Now, you know, you have some counties that they'll discipline the woman, but, you know, as far as child support, that'll pretty much kill it.
Yeah.
Because you have the child half the time, she has the child half the time. I don't owe you. Like,
So how is so many guys still paying child support though?
ignorant to their rights. And it's like, and you have a right, as a father, you have the right to be with your child. Like, don't damn the mother. You have the rights. You have to go to the courts, because, you know, that's the way you have to go, because you can't work it out with her. So
That seems so time consuming, man.
it is.
I barely have time to go goddamn see my daddy. Like, I'm gonna go to all these courts and all this shit,
Yeah.
and I gotta take off work,
And
and
it costs all this money.
it costs money.
It's sad. You see a lot of them down there fighting the guy for any kind of visitation or custody. It's like, dang, you fight me not to see my child. So it's all, you know, out of spite. And the courts know that. It's all money for them.
I don't know what I would do in that situation, man.
That's why bitches get killed. That's why.
Point blank, period, man.
Yeah.
How many videos have you put out?
I put out I have 4 co-parenting videos. Basically, I'm reenacting what I've been through to a T. Example of mothers I'm paying child support and you're asking for extra money, and to baby mother trying to get back with you and threaten me with to put table. First she would say, "I'm taking you off child support if we get back together." And I'm like, I'd rather screw your tailpipe than ever screw you again. Just different video skits that
What you think about like these, like the celebrities that get, because they put these guys on child support, they're getting like what, $1 million a month. I hear some crazy numbers that go out there, man. But what, like Dr. Dre's wife, that was alimony, right?
Yeah, I don't think they have any young kids.
Okay, yeah.
They should have played it smart like Master P did. Master P, when he got put on child support, he paid $326 a month.
$326.
Because she had kids with Percy Miller. Master P was a whole nother person. Percy Miller wasn't worth a damn. Percy Miller wasn't, but Master P, he was worth $400 million. But you got to know how to play it,
That's funny.
You didn't screw my LLC. You screwed me.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's awesome.
So that's how he got off with that. But a lot of guys don't do that.
Yeah.
If I was signing a birth certificate, I would sign on my LLC name or something like that. I would do something like with a dumb business or something.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's how you got to get over it. Certain ways and certain,
Is that what they go off of? They go off of the birth certificate, you think?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that would make a difference, though. I think the courts would.
That's some weird finagling if you got that to count.
Yeah. But that's top of the line lawyers there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, man. It's just like to get lawyers involved just cost an exorbitant amount of money.
Oh, shit. Man.
And I do like when you say why don't guys do this or that, like a lot of times they don't have the finances to get an attorney involved to begin with. And then they're just it's financially prohibitive to fight a lot.
Yeah.
And people just give up on that. They don't want to have their resources go to that.
Is it free to represent yourself?
Yeah, you represent yourself.
Hey, man, I want 50-50. That's it. I don't know what what else do we have to talk about, man?
They take you through all this. Oh, man. And it's crazy. But basically, court, like shared custody court, any kind of custody court, the judge sits there listening to a whole bunch of drama. And the mother's trying her best to keep the child away. They're bashing each other. That's all you see. And one thing I tell men, when you go to court like that, don't talk about nothing she did. Focus on the child. That's all they want to hear. They don't want to hear, she did this or he did that. They don't want to hear that. And you make yourself look bad. No,
that's a good point.
Now,
that's a good point.
An attorney, and I would judges would be the same way. You know what matters under the law, and it just wastes your time to listen to somebody talk about a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter under the law.
Like at all, right?
Like just their own personal dramas and this and that, and sometimes you just got to be courteous through it. But it's like, all that's great, but here's what the law says, and here's what this is going to be based on.
Yeah.
And he slept with my best friend, and Well, how does she look, man? Maybe I would have slept with her too.
She was probably a better fuck than you. You bitter fucking bag of shit.
Well, listen, man. These NFL playoffs is right here, man. Knocking on the door, man. I don't like how they added the extra game of the season and added the extra team to the playoffs. I like the way it was before, man, where you really had the regular season meant a lot. You had to scratch and claw, and sometimes a halfway decent team didn't make it. You know what I mean? You had to be better.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. All right, so what are our matchups?
You have the Chiefs and Steelers.
Big Ben had some words today.
He said something about, I know we're gonna.
We're not the better team.
Yeah, we're not
the
better
go out there
team.
and have some fun. Nobody expects us to win.
I fucking hate that guy, man.
Really?
I'm not a Big Ben guy.
Dude, that is such. I mean, I'm not saying I'm enamored with Big Ben, but I love that move. It just takes the pressure off the Steelers, and You know, they'll just go play. Maybe they win, maybe they don't. But like nobody's expecting them to.
Pittsburgh's like watching grass grow. I've been out watching. That got so dry. Oh my God. Big Ben, all he does is do his check downs now. It's
Yeah.
like, oh man.
And then you have the Bengals and Raiders. First of all, I have the Chiefs winning that game, of course.
Yeah, Chiefs will win.
Yeah, yeah,
Are we
yeah.
going to break down the games like this?
Yeah, but
Okay.
that game didn't need to be broken down.
Okay.
Fucking Ben.
Jeez. I kind of hope that Ben has a big day and you have a fucking miserable day.
Bengals Raiders, man. Bengals Raiders. You have a hot, Derek Carr and the Raiders coming to town.
He's not as hot as Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Joe,
You talking about looks or you talking about play?
I'm not talking about looks. Joe Burrow had like 900 passing yards in his last 2 games.
No, Joe Burrow has been a beast, man.
Yeah.
He's
But
been
that's
a
kind of
beast.
it's gonna be an up and down game. Both defenses are horrible.
Bengals win.
If they're playing at Cincinnati,
And
They're at Cincinnati.
they're at Cincinnati, yeah.
oh Raiders don't care where they lose. So I don't know where.
I'm going Raiders for the simple fact that Carr has led a team to the playoffs before. He got hurt and wasn't able to play in it. But Burrow hasn't been there yet. I guess you could make an argument neither one has. But
Yeah.
you
You could absolutely make that argument. You could also make the argument that Joe Burrow's won a national title in the big stage.
yeah.
Is this tight end back yet for the Raiders? Carr's tight end. What's his name?
Waller.
Waller came back the last game of the
Okay.
season. Looked
Was
good.
he looked good?
Yeah, he looked
Okay.
good.
He was a
Winthrow,
sinking
Heathrow.
anchor on my fantasy football team with his health injury.
Yeah, man, he was out.
Now, I mean, I think the Bengals
And he started out so
won
hot too. Yeah, that first game was
Yeah.
like 260 yards receiving or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so both of you guys got the Bengals.
this. Yeah.
No, 'cause Joe hasn't. This playoffs a whole nother level. This boy's gonna step it up, and Burrow hasn't faced that yet. I don't know.
Neither is David Christian Carr.
I'm going Raiders, man.
Yeah.
I think the magical ride continues.
I think it ends on the shitty turf in Cincinnati.
All right. Let's move on here. Then you got the Patriots and Bills. All right. New England, they're playing at Buffalo.
The last time they played, the Patriots threw 3 passes.
Yeah, I remember
It was
that,
very
yeah.
windy, man. That was a terrible game to watch.
Yeah,
But
it
it was so windy. But you would think that they always say the quarterback for the Bills, Josh Allen, has such a strong arm. He can throw through anything. He can throw in snow, wind, rain. And that game, he just looked so terrible, which of course is high wind. So, but
On the whole, the Bills have been disappointing this year.
they
I
have, man.
expected
They were
a
they
lot
were
out
supposed
of
to
them.
be the surprise team, not surprise team, but
They
the,
were supposed to be. They
the
got a
team.
taste of the playoffs last
Yeah,
year.
they were supposed to be the
and they were
team.
going to make a leap, and that hasn't
the
happened.
leap team, the leap year team.
Yeah.
Josh Allen looks like a better Jamarcus Russell. He has a strong arm. He's not accurate, but he's kind of accurate. He can't pull, but he's pulling on New England like he does other teams.
Yeah.
New England has a good defense.
He's Jamarcus without the drugs and partying.
Yeah.
On game day,
On game day.
before the game. This is a tough one though, man, because they're at home. They've been in the playoffs. But then Bill Belichick is going to be super prepared.
Yeah.
I'm going to go New England on the road here.
I'm going to go Buffalo.
Yeah,
I-
I don't blame you.
yeah.
That sounds better, Buffalo. Yeah, I would think Buffalo.
Yeah, so you going with two home teams. I have 2 road games so far. 2 away teams. We're on the road. You got Eagles at Bucks.
Bucks.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. The Bucks are a little banged up.
They are.
They have some turmoil.
Turmoil.
Yeah, man. They have some turmoil with
What's
the
the
AB
turmoil?
with the AB situation.
That's in the past.
You think that's already in the past.
Bucks are a veteran team. That's in the past.
Antonio is still doing podcast shows and
nobody
and
cares. Nobody at One Buck Place gives a damn. They don't really.
Yeah, I understood Antonio until the moment he started running his mouth afterwards. I'm like, come on, dude, like you just. I remember I told you what happened.
Nah, yeah,
and
yeah,
it came
yeah.
true.
It did. But listen, I think that I think the Eagles have a chance here, man.
Really.
I think the Eagles have a chance
A
here.
chance at what?
I'm picking the Eagles for a first round upset.
Really? Wow, the disrespect.
Three road teams in a row. I gotta start picking some home teams here. Eagles over the Bucks is my prediction here.
Wow.
Bucks team is coming back this week.
No, not this week. Not the majority of them. For example, of course, Godwin is out for the year.
Yeah.
But you have there's 2 offensive linemen. One is coming back. One is still out. But I don't know. I like the Eagles spot this week. I think they're going to struggle with Jalen Hurts, his ability to run out of the pocket. You know, I think that's going to be an advantage towards the Eagles.
How they even make the playoffs? Like,
They did quietly make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
I was like, it did. It got last
They've
couple weeks.
been-
I'm like, wait a minute, they're still in the mix?
With Jalen, they have been a competitive ball club. Now, remember, he missed a few games due to injury. They lost all of them.
I thought they won. I thought that
They won the last game they won. The last game they won,
I
right?
thought Gardner Minshew got a win a few weeks back.
but they lost. They set the starters against the Cowboys.
Yeah. And then, as Pink says, they did get one with Gardner as well. Yeah,
I like Gardner.
Gardner's all right, man.
I don't, man.
Play one time a year. You can take him one time a year.
Anybody that wears a mullet is not. I have no respect for them.
He's a scrapper. He reminds me of the Darryl Armstrong of the Magic. Like he's not talented. He just
Cut your hair, I'll reconsider.
You got the 49ers Cowboys.
49ers win.
You like the 49ers?
Yeah. They're a tougher team, and I think they'll win it.
Where you going with it?
Yeah, 49ers are sneaky too.
They're sneaky and tough. It's a tough combination.
Yeah, if they can throw it deep, they gonna kill the Cowboys. They're gonna destroy them.
Cowboys secondary is definitely vulnerable. They're good with turnovers, getting turnovers, but the Diggs guy, he's giving up the most yards as a cornerback. Even though he's like number 1 and number 2 in interceptions, he's giving up the most yards as a cornerback as anyone in the league. So Debo should have a field day. You know,
I hope so.
Running out of the backfield and catching it
They
down.
got a good front line. The Cowboys do. So I would think it was target the dude Brown. I think his number's name Brown.
Yeah, that's his name.
Target
Shout out
him.
to the he's making the Browns look bad.
And double pump. Yeah. And double pump dig. That's all you got to do. You got him.
Yeah,
Slants, you're gonna kill him all day on the Cowboys.
I would take Cowboys at home. I gotta take a home game. I really like the 49ers. I'll take the Cowboys. I'll take the Cowboys here in the toss-up game.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you're just being that guy that's going against the grain to go against the grain.
Yeah.
I don't
Cowboys
think there's any
haven't beat-
rhyme or reason to what you're doing.
Cowboys haven't beat anybody decent this year.
I have rhyme or reason in every game except for the Eagles-Bucks.
Okay.
I don't like Tom Brady. I'm not a Tom Brady guy.
Everybody says that.
I'm
I
not a
like
Tom
Tom.
Brady. I'm not a Tom
Why
Brady.
do you not like Tom Brady?
It's first of all, it's not that I don't like Tom Brady. Like
See,
I just,
already you can't sustain your point.
Yeah. It's not that I don't not like anybody. The only person athlete I don't like is Dwayne Wade and Ben Simmons. I'm sorry, those are the only 2 athletes I don't like.
Those are the only two?
Those are the only 2.
Really?
Only 2. But Tom Brady is a good fucking football player. I just think he's overrated. That's the thing. I think he's overrated as a quarterback. So I like him. He's just overrated. That's it. I would like to see him lose.
I think he's one of the
first
smartest players.
That's hard to quantify, man. They took out from this point forward. They're not going to have the Wonder Lick in the
Really?
in the pre-draft process.
Why did they change that?
Because the first of all the test results are not supposed to come out, and they've been coming
make
out
that
on
every
certain
year.
players. Yeah, and they're making some players look dumber than they really are. I guess Anyway,
The test is a test, man. It is what it is.
but it's not a good indication of somebody smarter than that or can play the fucking position. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't.
I'm coming to throw a fucking football down the field. I don't need to know why are you testing me on my fucking aptitude, whether I'm fucking smart or not.
No, I mean, there's different types of intelligence. I get that, but like, NFL football is highly sophisticated, and you can't.
It is, but you can get
can't-
by. Like Lamar can get by. Lamar is a guy who had low Wonder League scores, but he's a fucking freak athlete.
But what does he get by to do? Just make the playoffs?
I mean, who's fucking winning Super Bowls outside of Mahomes and Brady? I mean, like, it's not like it's 100 guys winning championships.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what makes Brady so intelligent.
Nah. Brady's smart because he fucking saw the Patriots. He's like, oh, shit, I can't win with these guys anymore. I've run my course. What is the best team out there that has 1,000 weapons on the team? And then I can add to those weapons and get Gronk to come back and get Antonio to come back.
That's
like,
the
come on,
genius
man.
in him.
Yeah, I guess so. But anybody could have fucking done that. If
No,
Aaron
the
Rodgers
problem-
would have
the problem-
retired
the
and went to the Bucks,
The
they would have
problem
won the
was
Super
the
Bowl.
Bucks or the Patriots' unwillingness to do that,
To do what?
to bring guys that he wanted.
No, they didn't have the base. They bought in Antonio Brown. They had Gronk.
But then they
What
let
else
him
more
go.
do you want? Yeah, you had to let Brown go. You see what he was doing? The Bucks just let him go. Like it's not like it's not
In reality,
the organization's going to bring him in.
The Patriots did not need to let him go.
Who, Brown?
Yeah, they caved to public pressure.
Yeah, but
There was a lot of nonsense.
but that's not why
that-
Brady left. You know what I mean?
I think he was frustrated and stagnated there. I think that was a part of it.
He knew he could not win with that roster. But Brady is supposed to be a guy who can win with any roster. He's the best quarterback of all time. If you're the best quarterback of all time, you should be able to win with these guys. They had a dominant defense. He just didn't have the targets that he wanted on offense
How
that he
can
felt
you
like he could win with.
if they can't catch the ball? You're the
But
quarterback.
he won consistently. He didn't win Super
Yeah.
Bowls all the time. He won consistently. It wasn't like he was 6-10 over there.
Yeah.
What? I don't think they made the playoffs this last year. If not,
Yeah,
that was
they
a
did.
first
No, they
round
did.
exit. It was a first
No,
round
they
exit or
lost to
something.
the Titans.
Titans.
Yeah.
sloppy.
So I knew it was an early exit. But anyhow, I don't think he's the best ever, the greatest ever.
Who's the greatest ever then, Bubba?
I just don't give a shit. Shout out to Joe Montana. All right, Cardinals Rams, which has the potential to be the best game.
Could be a
That
very
and the 49ers Cowboys. You know what I mean?
I want to believe in the Rams, but they've been a little shaky at critical moments.
Yeah.
And who has the home field in that one? Bubba?
Rams.
The Rams do.
If they can get Cooper going, that's it. Like it's gonna be.
Well, Cooper's going every week.
Yeah, that ain't if he gets going. I think it's other parts of the roster. Cam Akers is coming back, the FSU guy. I'm going to go with the Rams.
Where you going, Dooley?
I don't know. Cardinals they just don't give up. So it's kind of hard. They just keep fighting.
They're like a horror movie villain.
I guess we're Rams. Rams are, if Stafford doesn't continue to turn the ball over.
We got a sweep going with the Rams, home
There we
team.
go.
That's
Finally.
right. That's
Finally
right.
agreed with us. Do we have another game, or have we run through the entire?
We have run through the entire course.
Okay.
We have run through the entire course. I think I picked a good slate. I picked a good slate, man.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. That is this weekend, of course. Now, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back with the some of the trending topics that's going on, man.
All right.
We got some stuff going, man. We got Drake and Kodak doing some things that has the world talking right now. All right, here goes Brooke Shadow. We'll be right back. You're on the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports music and mayhem.
D-Mac on the fucking track.
Hey Cameron, you the man now. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seem to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead, show me this is it. This is it. This is it. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seem to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead, show me this is it. This is it. This is it. It's crazy when I wake up, you be with the shits. Cutting up my clothes and I'm with a bitch. Yeah, I'm always gonna be wrong, so I take the hit. Man, I thought that we were grown, why you throwing fists? You been going through my phone, I put my phone down. I'ma leave your ass alone unless you slow down. You know I love you, but you jumping overboard now. I swear we toxic, but that pussy got control now. You say you love me, but can you prove it? Scratching on my bench, just won't do it. Yeah, I know that I'm your man, you acting stupid. First fuck, we fell in love, she called me Cupid. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seem to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead, show me this is it. This is it. This is it. You say you love me, but it's but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead, show me this is it. This is it. This is it. She say you on that road, you better not fuck on me. Cause I'm here all on my own, don't need no company. You can't even jack your dick, you say that enough for me. And I'ma kill you if you eat a bitch's groceries. You think I'm stupid, I'll be all up on your gram now. All them groupies, all them hoes, you got some fans now. Just remember who I am, I always find out. She put a pistol to my dick and said it's mine now. She said it's crazy what you do to me, but I got bitches in my ear, come to scrutiny. I know we fuss and fight, I know you fucked me right. My heart was cold as ice, just love me, hold me tight. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead, show me this is it. This is it. This is it. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead, show me this is it. This is it. This is it.
Man, you say I fuck with you though, man. You just be with that fuck shit sometimes.
But Betty, I don't mean to.
Yeah, I already know that, but it's just like, you know I'm your nigga, man. You gotta do all that for me.
But you just gotta show me.
You are back on the bench with Bubba and Pink. That was Brooke Shotta with Show Me You Love Me. There's a lot of women who out there who loves Drake.
Yeah.
And apparently Drake had a thing with a girl recently. Well, we don't know how long ago it was, but apparently he went over to the chick house. One of his new chicks off IG smashed her.
So he's moved on from the Sierra Canyon mom?
What if he's still dating her and then this comes out and she's like, what the you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're all like applauding him
Shit.
for this move, but then it's like he could have just caused himself a lot of hassle.
With the other chicks that he's supposedly talking to. I didn't even think about that. That sucks. But anyway, he'll be able to get his stuff out. He's a slick talker. So Drake goes, sleeps with the chick, and then when it's over, he takes the condom, puts hot sauce in it, and then throws it away in the trash. All right? The chick goes, when Drake leaves the bathroom, the chick goes, tries to put the semen from the condom inside her coochie, but it has hot sauce in it. And then apparently she screams, and she states that Drake is right in the other room and hears her scream and does nothing.
There's a lot to digest.
Now she's filing a lawsuit because Drake fucked up her coochie with hot sauce.
I can imagine that.
Let me first say that I hope the damage to her coochie is permanent. You deserve everything coming to you. Think about it. The only thing going through her mind as she's extracting a used condom from a fucking garbage can is dollars.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there like shoving a used condom up her fucking cunt. That, like, what am I doing with my life at this point? I'm so desperate for a better life and money that I'm shoving a used condom up my fucking twat. Bitch, I hope you have permanent injuries. I hope you can't fuck again.
Drake was probably in the other room like,
3, 2. And I was there. We gotta unpack that too. He could easily have disposed of this by flushing it down the toilet.
Yeah.
So he was very deliberate in what he did. Now the question is, was there something about this chick
that he
picked up on?
Yeah.
Or is just standard operating
It's just a
procedure?
test. I think he probably tests all of his chicks out with this, and she just failed. She failed. And it's like, you know, she really fucked herself up. First of all, that is a big chance you're taking, even if it's not hot sauce in it, because this shit might not work. I mean, there's so many things have to be right. She has to be ovulating, right? Right? She has to be ovulating. Then, you know,
I would think
you gotta fucking get the semen out.
Let's not underestimate the stupidity of women, but give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she's probably set him up so that she's ovulating in this window of time.
Yeah. And then she has to like literally get the shit out quickly, so it's not airborne for a certain amount of time, I guess, and put it inside her. But anyway, what I'm saying is, she could mess herself up by not getting a second, third, fourth date with Drake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless of the hot sauce, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's over. It's like now you're not, now there's no chance of you continuing to fuck with Drake.
For
So
sure.
that's a risk you're taking by doing all of that.
That's
Is
how
it worth
desperate-
taking?
That's how desperate this person is. I mean, like, on every level, you have to look at this person as being pathetic.
Yeah.
That this, again, you just smashed Drake. If you did a good job, he probably wants to smash you again. You know, and if you do a really fucking good job, he might smash you without a damn condom.
He might bring you on the road.
Exactly.
Like I think focus your efforts on like fucking the shit out of Drake. Focus your efforts on keeping him there when the first round is over. Like that's what I would like, and I guess this is the gap in between men and women because you don't know. Like if I get fucking whatever Layla Ali or if I get Lil Wayne daughter. You know what I'm saying? Regine. If I get Regine over to my crib, I'm not trying to finagle a way to like come inside her. Like I'm trying to like, okay, how can I keep this motherfucker over here? Like how can I keep her for a second? How can I not make her leave? You know what I mean? That's why I'm focusing my efforts.
Playing the long game.
Yeah, you got to play the long game, man. When you're with a star.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I just hope it ends worse for her than because there's so many times in life when you watch somebody and they're just a douchebag and things in life just seem to work out for them.
Yeah.
And it's annoying.
Yeah.
But then we get this girl and she's paying the piper. I love it. I just love to see that.
I need to see how she looks, man. She came out. They got to have pictures of her.
How did he find her? Like, what's even the connection?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of gaps in the story that I don't know.
Is he like,
apparently, I'm pretty sure that he found her on IG and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And apparently, from reading the story, it seems like she came out with the story after, like, he kind of talked about it in a song, right? And then she's trying to attach herself to the song. So that's why Drake responded. And he says, you can have this 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 23 and 45. Because she's attaching herself to the song of him and Brent Faiyaz, where he's kind of talking about it in the song. He says, gold medalist, flush the magnums just so they're not collecting my semen, damn, something. I don't know. I'm reading the song. I haven't heard the song yet. But he's basically saying how he put hot sauce in the condom and shit like that in the song. Yeah.
And did Drake have to do any research to figure out like what hot sauce would actually do? I mean, he could have put bleach in there.
It has to be like a fucking.
Well, hot sauce is edible. You get bleach, you go to jail. Like bleach, that's a little too far. You're like, all right.
I thought it would help clean the cooch out, but
It was a little stank.
Women are crazy. They do some of the craziest. Imagine she would have ended up pregnant, and all of a sudden she's, hey, I'm pregnant by Drake. Drake's like,
Yeah.
now he's a deadbeat.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, how does this happen?
yeah,
So situations like that is crazy.
yeah.
That is bad. That's just very unfortunate.
I want to hear the story about his original baby mama who he didn't intend to get pregnant.
Yeah. He's
Maybe he established this after that, and he's like,
Let's hope so.
or maybe she kind of bypassed the test.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame.
Maybe she bypassed the test and knew it was a hot sauce in it, and I don't know. Maybe she fucking threw out the hot sauce packets out of his pockets.
Maybe she sabotaged the condom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the get go.
Yeah.
They poke holes in it.
It's crazy.
That's funny.
It's crazy the stuff they go, man. And
Yeah.
they go to.
This is what we're dealing with, gentlemen.
What level of money do you have to have for that to happen to you?
It depends. It's more on the woman.
It's more on the woman.
Yeah.
Well, I dib and dabs in the hoods of hoods. Do I make enough money for somebody to poke a hole in a condom for me? You know what I mean?
Let me just say this. Invest in some hot sauce, my friend.
And then on the south side, if you will, you have Kodak Black being invited to a NHL hockey game
He was invited. He didn't just go on his own accord.
No, they invited him and they gave him a suite for the night.
The team.
Yeah, and the team is actually number one in the in hockey right now, Florida Panthers or whatever their last name is. I'm not the biggest hockey guy.
No, I think it's the Florida Panthers. Yeah.
Okay.
Because in the clip it says Florida Panthers.
Okay, and so that's where it's connecting at. That's where it's connected at. And so apparently they invite him out. And they're showing on the video clip, they're showing all of the suites like lined up, and they're showing like a group of like, you know, these people here, and they're enjoying the game, and they're doing this, you know, rooting for the teams, and that's going on in every single suite. And then you get the Kodak suite. And it's just Kodak and this girl, and it looks like they're fucking in the suite. And he's not even looking at the game. He's not even.
Why?
And then they single it. And he's come back and he said, "No, man, she was just dancing. She was twerking on me, and she was twerking so good, like I couldn't even fucking, you know, whatever."
I was trying to focus on
He
the
just
game,
recently got engaged.
Yeah, I think it was her too. Now, if it wasn't her, that's another guy that's in fucking trouble.
Why did they invite him to a hockey? Nothing about NHL says Kodak Black or Kodak Black. How did that work out?
They're trying to broaden the fan base, I think.
Yeah, or broaden their fan base, the hocky, like trying to get
that's what
more,
I'm saying,
trying to get more black folks in hockey.
Yeah, you bring Kodak
We
out.
got Kodak.
He's trying to get more young black people in hockey. Maybe you can get them to pick up some sticks.
Kodak don't give a damn about that. Just look at Kodak. Kodak a gremlin. He don't care about hockey.
Listen, man, but if like I said earlier, if that's what they handing out at these hockey games, you can sign me up, man. I'm a season ticket holder.
I think you got to bring your own, Bubba.
You got to bring your own.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That's funny.
To get more fans, to sell out.
Did he?
Maybe they need to invest.
Did he do like any sort of like ceremonial thing before, like earlier in the
Like
game,
perform or something like that? Not that I know of. No.
Or like throw out the first puck, or I don't know,
Yeah.
like what.
No.
I couldn't imagine Kodak on ice skates out there trying to throw it.
Maybe they asked and he was like, "Man, ain't no fucking way I'm getting out there on the ice. Just put me in a suite, man."
Well, you would think if they're inviting him and giving him a suite, he's got to do something,
Right?
Yeah.
you know, like what the heck, you know, like whatever.
Yeah, he was. He was out there fucking.
Greet
Like,
the-
He has to greet the players after the game.
Right, yeah. So
And they're like, well, you know, I'm not shaking your hand, man. It's full of coochie juice, man.
smell my finger. Smell my finger.
oh man, that's weird. That's kind of crazy.
That's one of the wildest things I've seen at like a game.
Probably the wildest thing that ever happened at a hockey game.
Could you be with a girl that open, like in public?
Could you?
Yeah. Could you, like,
Well,
literally?
it's always the question of like, what do you mean by with?
Oh, like, yeah, whether you're dating or in a relationship or something?
Yeah, if you just happen to be at the same hockey game. I mean,
No, like, yeah, could you be dating a girl who's like that? What's the word? All I can think of is open, but that
promiscuous.
That promiscuous. There you go.
A little thought.
Risque.
Yeah, a little thought, risque.
Yeah.
In public, in big public areas too. Like you're in whatever. You in the mall and she just start twerking on you when she hears somebody ringtone going.
It depends what kind of thought she is. You know, is she the
Just
Janet
a thought
Jackson
for
thought, or the Kim Kardashian thought, or the thought around the corner? It depends.
I mean, I don't think. I would say that would be a no.
That'd be a no, yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing because a woman's something like a trophy.
It's just a little too much.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we, if we're in a fucking where it's supposed to happen, a club, a lounge, something like that.
Yeah.
But, if we whatever, we in fucking Ross. And the overhead speakers just starts playing some fucking Beyonce out of the blue. I don't need you twerking on me.
I kind of that's embarrassing as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some women, like, they think the guys really like that, so they'll give them head at the movies. They wanna fuck at the.
Terrible thing.
No, it's not a terrible thing.
No, I mean at Ross maybe. Yeah. That, in a broad daylight setting,
Yeah.
got to be a little bit more.
Now to Kodak's the credit, now they're in a secluded press box.
You thought?
Yeah, you thought. Well, you know they got cameras everywhere. You would think you would know.
Yeah.
But as far as you're in a room by yourself, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's.
They should have given him a warning or something.
difference.
Like, hey.
But he was way up at like the front of the thing. I mean, like if you wanted to do that, you could have kind of
In the back
moved to the
or-
back of the room. I mean, I've been in a luxury box or two, and there's other areas you can be in.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was up for that. That wasn't a put upon him.
Nah, yeah.
He was up for it. What the hell? But again, if you're Kodak, it's like it doesn't diminish him in any way.
No.
It's
not at all.
it's on brand. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
If anything, it helps. I think it helps all parties.
Yeah.
Who was talking about the Florida Panthers before this?
Exactly.
And their number one is like, that sucks. They're not talking about their good record. They're talking about Kodak at their game.
There you go, man.
You know what else I wanted to talk about? It's this story is about a couple of weeks old here. This 2-week-old story, but the the dad who shot his daughter in the garage. You remember that story?
Thought she was like an intruder or something.
Yeah. So it's about 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah. What are the facts on this?
Right. So it's early in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning, and
how old is this girl?
so apparently she's about I want to say they said she was about 15 roughly.
So like high school age.
Yeah. And apparently she's sneaking back in the house.
And what is
and
this
she's
like,
coming through the garage.
Oh, is this like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
It's a weekend.
It's a weekend.
So she's out.
And what happens is the wife wakes the husband up. Hey, somebody's breaking in the house. So he grabs the gun, right? And then he's going down to the garage. And as soon as he opens the garage door from the house, he opens fire. Like as soon as, door opens, he sees the person, bang, bang, bang. And the girl goes down. She eventually dies. But you can hear on the 911 call, you can hear they released it, and it's like the wife is screaming, what do you do? What do you do? And then he's screaming, why were you in the garage? Why were you in the garage? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just wanted to talk. Like I wonder, maybe she's out dating, getting, being young.
Here's what I can't imagine.
Or out hanging out.
This is what I have the biggest issue with, from what you're telling me. She's 15. She's early high school. Now, people, whatever, they break curfew. They do stuff their parents don't want them to do. But my thing is, if you're the parent and your 15-year-old daughter's out past the time when
That
you're
you don't know,
comfortable her
though.
being out.
You don't know she's out.
Here's the thing. When my daughter's 15, I'm not going to bed not knowing where the hell she's at. At that age. That's what I have an issue with.
Yeah.
It's, again, especially if I said be home at X and you're not coming home. I'm on the phone. I'm calling your friends. I'm hitting them up on where are you? I had a situation with my son a little bit like that where he didn't come home when they thought he was going to come home. And, I'm not resting. I can't just sleep and pass out with the younger, daughter or child out. Now, 17, 18, 20, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
They come and go as they please. But at 15, I'm not having a peaceful night's sleep if my daughter's supposed to be home or whatever. Now, maybe there's some other factors. Maybe she was legitimately supposed to be sleeping at a friend's.
Well, I'm thinking,
and you know that, and now you figure, well, the house is, she's not here. It's me and my wife. I do hear a noise. Let me go down. But that goes to my point number 2. Get rid of these motherfucking guns.
Yeah.
There's no need. You could point to protecting this, protecting that. When I see this event unfold, shoot first, ask questions later, and it's your own fucking daughter, did you need a gun, man?
Yeah.
Did that gun, in however long you've lived, save your ass before? Did it?
Yeah.
Tell me about it, because I doubt it.
As a father, first my natural instinct was my wife or the was run to my daughter's room.
That's another thing that crossed my mind. You're right, yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's your child. But you run, and obviously you're scared. So your first thing you do is shoot. Like scared people shoot like that.
Yeah, that's what
And,
scared
if
people
you're
do.
actually trained, not scared, you're gonna try to figure out who it is, what it is, because you don't know what you're shooting at.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's
That's a great point.
That's another thing, like with the guns too. I mean, when people are not trained, and you in theory, you're buying this weapon to protect yourself in a time of danger, which is going to be high stress. And if you go to the range and shoot a handful of times, that's not shooting in high stress. That's not making decisions. I mean, people that, in the military, people that are in law enforcement, people that live that life, sometimes they freak out in those situations, but they're trained for that.
Yeah.
Me, you, Dewey, with a gun and a couple hours at the range, you're not ready to react and make decisions, in the dark, in the middle of the night when you're waking up and you're near nervous or fearful. But yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff. I mean, if my daughter was out, I didn't know that, I wouldn't be sleeping. If my daughter was home and my expectation
And then
was
she
she's in her
snuck
bed,
and she snuck out. That's what I'm thinking happened.
But I hear a funky noise, I'm probably gonna check her room.
Like he said, yeah.
Like Dewey said, before I do anything, it's just
Yeah,
a lot of weird stuff.
I know I have a lot of friends that are heavy on the guns, and they go out to the ranges, and then they buy 2, 3, 4 guns, and they got these fucking, whatever, military type guns and shit like that. And like you said, I can't think of one person that I know, family member or friend, where a gun has actually saved their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some have fucking house full of guns, Yeah. And it's just. But I'm okay with it, I guess, because they feel like it's a sense of protection. And you hear stories where, in theory, a gun would help, i.e., the football player, I want to say Sean Taylor, two people come in the house, they rob him. But at that point, if you're asleep and somebody comes and they come rob you, as most situations are, a lot of times if they're already there and inside, you don't have a lot of.
They have to jump on you.
They have to jump on you.
And then there's the issue that, okay, where is the gun kept and what condition is it in? Now, if you have kids in your house, you're probably going to safeguard your weapon. And so is it locked away, or is the gun in one place and the ammo in another? If that's your situation, you're not
fucked.
saving your ass.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
So if you have kids, if you have kids, you, I don't know why you would have a fucking gun unless you think the government is just going to fucking flip out and send. I don't know. I don't know why you have a gun if you have kids, because you can't. Like you said, it's not like you can have the gun under your pillow, under your bed. That's just not a fucking possibility.
What if
for
you're
you.
really going at it and the gun goes off under your pillow?
And then it just
Hopefully
hopefully it doesn't blow my head away. I mean,
I live to fuck another day. Hallelujah.
That's another thing about child support. You can't possess a gun if you owe any back pay.
if you owe back pay, you can't possess a
You can't
gun.
protect yourself if you owe. They consider you're gonna go after the mother. But you can't possess a
Which
gun.
is a
so-
possibility.
So somebody breaks in, you just gotta take those bullets. You gotta say, boy, if I wasn't on child support, what I would do to you? But, they take your passport and your no gun license and any lotto.
Oh, so
plates.
you can't flee.
Good grief, man.
I can't go to fucking Jamaica because of you. Take me off this shit. I want me a Jamaican bitch. Or a Haitian.
Or Haitian. That's funny though.
No.
But yeah, I don't. It's a terrible story, but there's just a lot wrong with that.
Yeah, he.
You know.
Yeah.
It was like he just flipped that
He
paranoid.
can't. But think of him, man. Like he's fucking scarred for life. I don't know what the legal ramifications going to be, but just mentally, I mean, he's fucking done.
Yeah.
And
He's fucking done.
what's the dynamic between him and the wife?
They can't go on.
yeah,
they can't
like,
go
well,
on.
yeah.
That shit. Yeah, they can't go on.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
crazy.
And
man.
if there's other kids in this family, too, it's just, I mean, it's just not. Yeah, and I actually have talked to a couple people that claim to have, utilized firearm to save themselves or get out of a situation, but it just seems like the overwhelming majority is the other side of this, where you have some stupid death or homicide. And the other, and you mentioned the football thing. I remember there's that a linebacker from the Chiefs that ended up getting in a fight with the girlfriend, shoots the girlfriend, went to the Chiefs facility, and shoot himself.
Javon Belcher.
And like, look, I mean, everything I read about it, it was just a bad relationship, and they were drinking. And if no guns were involved, 2 people aren't dead. You know, maybe there's some level of domestic violence. Not saying that's a good thing, but it's probably better than being dead.
Yeah, of course.
It's like people who deal with guns always have the trouble. I don't throw any guns. Nobody bothers me, and I talk a lot of junk. I just don't play in that world, so I don't have those problems. I don't have to protect myself. I don't think I'm gonna have to protect myself. I just don't.
I'm with you. I mean, I've lived a pretty good chunk of time right now and never needed that.
Exactly.
I kind of mind my business. I engage with people, whatever. But I've never felt like, under attack or like, an attack is imminent upon me. It just seems crazy.
People think people who deal with the guns, they're the ones that seem like they're bringing the trouble to themselves. I don't know. It seems like they're always in something. Like I have to protect myself. Like from what?
Yeah, no, I do. I mean, it coincides with my like when I went to Toronto, Canada. One of the things I noticed was like I saw almost no police in the city of Toronto. There was one day I was walking, I saw a single police car, and I contrast that with like when you go certain places in the U.S. and there's a constant police presence.
Yeah,
that in and of itself is like an adjutant to people, and it creates a lot more situations that end in violence, that end in crime, than when there's just not that constant presence. And I think I agree with you. The gun, as whatever the private citizen owning the gun, I think it turns normal arguments into gunfights, and things like that have potentially life-ending, life-altering consequences.
Yeah, like you were saying, if they don't possess a gun, how can I shoot you if I don't possess one?
Yeah.
So it's like if I don't care how we get into it, I can't shoot you if I don't have one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's not going to do anything. Like, I'd rather I don't play in that world. Yeah. It's not my thing.
Yeah, very unfortunate situation there, man. Very crazy. Very crazy. One thing I also wanted to get out was a lot of people, they asked me about the shirts and things that I wear. Make sure you guys go to Me+3 Printing. This hoodie that I have on is from Me+3 Printing. Alrighty, I got this Bethune-Cookman hoodie, but you can get anything you can possibly want made from Me+3 Printing. Look them up. Give them a shot for all your apparel needs. All right. So we're getting ready to close out this show, man. Really quick here, as far as closing out on the NBA. What team are you really looking for to really make something shake towards this second half of the season? Like I said, we're pretty much at the midpoint now. What team are you really looking to make a big push? And
for me, it's the Warriors.
Yeah.
I'm
were you impressed by Clay's return?
I was happy with it. I don't know. I wouldn't say I was impressed by it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a work in progress, and getting James Wiseman back will be similar. But I
think Wiseman is trash. That's my opinion. But he's a big body.
I don't think he needs to be too much more than trash to be helpful.
Yeah.
When I say he's coming back, I'm not saying he's coming back and making a huge difference.
Yeah.
It just gives you another piece with some size, which is one of their current vulnerabilities.
No, definitely need some size.
And so I that's why I'm just intrigued. It's like they got through the first, half of the season without those pieces doing very well. And now you add 2 pieces that bring that group some value, and let's see what they can do. And they seem to be having fun playing, and it's probably overstated, but teams that just enjoy playing, they're tough to beat.
Yeah,
they're tough to beat. So many times when teams that just kind of come together and gel, those are the ones that go the distance in this stuff.
Yeah, everybody plays their position, their role, and they're having fun, and the assignment. Yeah, those are teams like the Jordan teams. The 72-10 or whatever it was.
The 72-10, yeah.
Yeah, everybody had their own position, their own assignment.
Yeah,
and I was like, those are teams that.
Yeah, the great Warriors teams that we had a few years ago, it just they had the big 3 guys, and then when they added KD, it just it was they had fun. Either bench guys were excited and happy to be there. So that's the team that intrigues me the most, and I do like the Suns. I like them. I think they've got a nice balance of roster there. It's not perfect, but compared to so much else that's out there, it's it. And the one thing I'll say, like, because of player absence, for a multitude of reasons, the Nets have never had the opportunity to reach that point where they've been together playing and just kind of be like, you know. And I always go back to like the original quote unquote Big Three team, the Celtics.
Yeah.
You know, with KG, Ray Allen, and remember they got out of the gates like crazy, like 20-2.
Yeah.
And they just like it was so obvious they just love playing together. And like if you fault Brooklyn with anything, and you know, due to injury, they haven't had that window of time to even try that, to get close to it. I mean, if they can get Kyrie on the floor consistently, maybe they can do something in the last couple months of the regular season, and maybe they reach that.
It's just the thing that the back thing to that is we haven't seen a three of this magnitude. Like, this three is so much better than the Boston's three.
Right, and
individually.
I'm not saying
So
they
I don't
still can't
know.
win.
Yeah.
They may well still win, but I mean, like, part of the thing when you put these super teams together is like, how good can this shit be? And we haven't come close to figuring that with Brooklyn.
But if these three play in this playoff run and they don't win or whatever the case may be, and they you know, then we'll know like continuity means something for real.
Right.
Because you won't find a three better than this. Like in the, I don't think moving forward we'll ever see this again. You know what I mean? So you know, we'll see. Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Dewey?
I go to Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
It was unstoppable. Like, just too good. And Curry hasn't fell off at all. He gets better.
Yeah, his game is going to age well with the shooting. And with me, I mean, you know, I'm looking forward to the Philly, man. 76ers. The latest trade rumors is we're trying to get rid of Tobias and Ben. That'll be the greatest thing ever happened in my life. Aside from me moving out of the hood, man, that'll be the greatest thing ever happened in my life, is getting rid of those two guys, and then we'll be off to the races, man.
What do you feel the percentage likelihood that they are able to make a move before the deadline with those pieces?
0%.
So it's a false hope.
Tobias is pretty good. He's not helping you guys?
No, he's not helping us at all. You know, and he's on a max contract. That's why he's not helping. He's on a max contract. If he was on an Anthony Simons type contract, then he would be pretty good.
Shout out to him while we're on
shout
the
out
air.
to Anthony
He
Simons.
has been playing fantastic.
Yeah.
So happy for him. A good dude. Met his dad, also a very good dude. Just thrilled to see him playing this well. I guess he'll be a restricted free agent this year. But I don't think he can do much more to put himself in a position to get paid. No,
he's going to get paid, and I'm pretty sure it'll be by Portland. I mean, they can't afford to keep giving up assets. Yeah. So shout out to Anthony Simons, man. Orlando native, is that the word? Local.
Native, yeah. Local.
Are they have Lillard. Who else the other guy they have?
CJ.
How's he doing?
Neither one of them has played much this year. CJ.
Well, the other Orlando guys have Nas Little.
Yeah, they have Nas. Yeah,
and he's
and
actually
Nas is
he's carved out a nice role for himself too. Like
as a stretch big.
Last year he didn't consistently get minutes and didn't have like a consistent role, but this year he's done it. So both 407 guys have done themselves well in Portland.
No, what school did he go to?
I believe he was at OCP.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And played 1 year at Carolina.
Oh.
Before going to the draft.
Nice.
Yep. All right, so let's wrap it up, man. You have been on the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We'll be back next week.
Indeed, we will. And
don't forget, you can catch Dooley on TikTok and all other social media, right?
Yes.
DOOLEY. Thank you, guys.
We're out.